Good morning, everybody. It is 8:39 right now. Welcome back to the program. And this is a segment of the program. Ladies, you're going to want to stop what you're doing and turn toward the TV set and pay attention for about at least the next 8 minutes or so, because you're going to learn something here that could seriously, Jackie, save your life.
Absolutely. And 7 seconds can change your life. And we're very excited to have Robyn Thompson, certified women's self-defense instructor. So a lot of people, I feel like, have been talking about this, or at least keeping this at the top of their mind with some unfortunate tragedies we've had here recently that are been big in the news, but unfortunately the statistics are high that this happens more often than we know.
Yes, it's quite disturbing. According to the Department of Justice, 1 in 5 women in this country have been the target of an attempted or completed rape. And according to the Centers for Disease Control, a rape happens in this country every 6 minutes.
Wow.
So it's scary. And that's just the reported cases. There are many, many, many more unreported cases. The Department of Justice estimates as many as 80% in some age groups of those cases go unreported.
Scary thought.
Very,
and
very scary.
as a woman, as a mother, you kind of took it upon yourself to say, I need to make a difference.
Yes.
Because I know, like we said, we're kind of heightened and more aware of self-defense now, maybe more than ever, but there's not always courses everywhere you go.
Right, exactly.
That you want to make sure that you're confident in knowing what you're doing to be a strong woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what happened with you, too, and that's the reason you created this,
Exactly, yeah. I sent my daughter off to Nashville, Tennessee to go to school, couldn't find a self-defense class, so I took it upon myself to learn and become certified and teach her and others as well.
And it's been very successful.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
And I love this statement that you have that it's only women only self-defense, but you teach your students to fight like girls, but win.
Yes.
So I like that concept.
Why is that? Why did you say this is only women, so guys are not allowed?
That's a really good question. Okay, so there's a couple of reasons. One is that, as you know, men and women are typically very different. Men are typically bigger and stronger than women. Okay, so if you fight a guy like a guy, you're probably not going to win.
Okay.
So we, like you said, teach you to fight like a girl.
I love that. I love that.
But not just fight like a girl and win.
Right.
So we do things a little bit differently. We focus on techniques that focus on women's greatest strengths. What are those? They're big muscle groups, big muscles in their arms, their core, and their legs. So all of our techniques use those key muscle groups. But another thing that's different, why we only do women, is that we've done our homework. We've actually looked at scenarios of sexual assaults, and there's some common scenarios women find themselves in sexual assaults. Men aren't going to find themselves in those scenarios, only women. So we're training these women how to escape those scenarios and defend themselves in those scenarios, cases where, situations men wouldn't find themselves in.
Okay.
Well,
so specific to women.
Absolutely. Right off the bat, what's one of the most important things women need to know when it comes to self-defense?
I'd say one of the most important things women need to know about self-defense comes from a study from the Department of Justice. What researchers found is that women can reduce the risk of a rape occurring in a sexual assault by more than 80% by learning self-defense and fighting back.
Really?
Yes. Yes,
because
this is Department of Justice.
I would imagine that the attacker doesn't expect any resistance at all.
Absolutely. Okay. And we talk about this study in our class, and it actually outlines specific things women should do and should not do in an assault situation to reduce their risk.
Okay.
So women can reduce the risk of a rape by fighting back and learning self-defense techniques.
And another big thing I imagine is being aware as
Absolutely, 100%. Self-defense is 90% awareness, let's face it.
Say that again, because I think that is very important.
Self-defense is 90% awareness.
Of your surroundings?
Of yourself and your surroundings. You need to be aware of what you're doing when you're out in public, how you're perceived. These predators are looking for a specific type. Or a specific target, not a specific type. There are certain behaviors and characteristics they're looking for in a target, so we train women not to be perceived as that, what we call a soft target or easy prey. They want to pull off the perfect crime as easy as possible, with very little risk of injury to them, very little risk of getting caught. So they're looking for that soft target. So we need to train women how not to be that soft target, how to become a hard target, not to be the chosen one.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get down to 7-second defense. You're going to kind of take us through a couple
of moves,
today to kind of show you what you're talking about.
Absolutely. We're going to do a couple of common grabs, how someone would grab you to try to pull you into an isolated location.
Okay, so let's get down to it, and then we'll talk about where these classes are offered and how people can learn more. So we can start with me, and then you can get into Lou there.
So we'll do one from the front and one from the back.
Okay.
So a common thing a predator would do is to grab your wrist and try to pull you into an isolated location. So let's say you're the predator and you're going to try to pull me.
I'm trying to
You're
pull
gonna
you.
try to pull
Okay.
me. So if I'm faced here, you can probably pull. I just really use your strength.
Oh,
pull.
okay. I have no strength.
You can easily pull me here.
Okay.
So what I need to do, I don't want you to pull me into an
Right.
isolated location. So what I'm going to do, maybe we should turn this way.
All right, I'm going to,
Okay.
excuse me, I'm going to move over here.
So we can demonstrate. So here. So what immediately you're going to do, because from here you can pull me, to prevent you from pulling me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into a T formation.
T,
So
okay.
we're face to T. You're facing me, I'm facing this way.
Okay.
Then I'm going to get down and I'm going to lower my center of gravity and get into a horse stance, like you're riding a horse,
Yep.
and put all my weight down. Now try to pull me.
Oh.
Not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's
You're
okay. 'Cause
definitely not gonna-
one of my biggest things is usually we're not as strong as maybe the person
Right,
who's attacking
exactly.
us. So it's like, how can we use our strengths to combat
Right.
that? So getting grounded, using your leg
Right,
strength is going to
exactly.
help combat that.
We assume in our class that the predator is always going to be bigger and stronger than us.
Right.
So the techniques we teach don't require us to overpower or be stronger than our opponent.
Okay, so let's give Lou a try over here. So
Okay.
that
Okay.
was from the front.
Okay, so if we go on, okay, so we can't be in this position all day long. So
Right.
let's get out of this wrist grab.
Oh,
okay,
we're not done?
We're
You're
not
not
done.
done. You're still- yeah,
We're
you're still
not
hanging
done.
on.
No,
Okay.
you're still hanging on. We can't stay here all day and do this. So we need to get out of the wrist grab.
Okay.
So you're grabbing me with two hands.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to get out of this. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to take this hand. I'm going to make a fist with this hand, and
Okay.
then I'm going to bring this hand over, and then I'm going to pull
bust through
away
the
hand.
and bust
Two
away.
hands.
Yes.
So you'll
Instead
have
of
double
trying
the
to get
strength.
one hand, you
Good.
get more strength.
Double the strength.
Double the strength. Absolutely.
Boom.
Here.
Just like that.
Right. Let's say you're just grabbing me with one hand
hand,
like this.
okay.
What you're going to do in this case, you always go against the thumb, opposite the thumb. The thumb is your weakest point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up
And away from
and
the
away
thumb.
from the thumb.
Now, has this become second nature after practice?
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
But you do have to practice it, and you do have to visualize it.
And going back to that
100%.
awareness and making that a part of you. Okay, so you've broken away from me. Good
Right,
job, good
okay.
job, good job. All right, now
Now,
what
what's
are
the
we
next
doing?
thing
So
we're gonna
you're
do?
going to grab me from the back.
Okay.
Okay. So typically, what these predators will, especially if you have a ponytail like
Right.
I do,
Oh, really?
they're going to grab you. It's like a handle.
Okay.
Okay. So they grab you. What you're going to do in this case is I'm going to look and see which hand you're using. Is it the right hand or the left hand? I see it's your left hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my left hand. If it was right hand, your right hand, I would use my right hand.
Right.
So I'm going to bring my hand up and over. Then I'm going to follow with a strike. And then,
Well, okay, let's do that again, because that was, I didn't expect your arm to come up like that.
Okay.
Which again is what you mentioned, is that you want to catch everybody
Right.
off guard. You want to catch these idiots off guard.
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
Okay, so they go and they come and they grab
Here's-
your ponytail.
Right, and
Okay,
I see it's your left hand.
Okay, so they have you like this, and then
Right.
you're taking your left hand all the way around.
All the way
'Cause There's
around.
no way I'm going to hang on to that.
No.
No. And you pull it back around.
Right.
Okay, and that was less than
And you
7
didn't even
seconds.
really
Right.
mess up your
Oh,
hair.
yeah,
So there
totally,
you go.
they totally mess up your hair. Right.
So it's called 7 seconds. Is that because you need to be thinking that quickly? It's because only 7 seconds can change your life or save your life?
Yeah,
What does that
it only
come from?
takes a predator 7 seconds to completely overpower a woman in an assault. So you've got to act quickly. Those first few seconds are very, very critical. So that's one reason. It also only takes a predator about 7 seconds to size you up to decide whether or not you're a good target.
Because if you can hold them off for 7 seconds, chances are good they're gonna.
They're better,
scurry.
yes, absolutely.
They're gonna get out of there.
Yeah, you don't want to get to the case where the situation where you're completely overpowered.
Right.
That takes about 7 seconds.
You want to start it when it's early. Okay, so
Right.
let's talk about
Act
how
fast.
we can be a part of these classes so that we can learn more and it becomes part of our body so we're not even thinking anymore. We just know how to react.
Right. We do things a little bit differently. We do
Okay.
not have a studio.
All
We
right.
take our show on the road.
Okay. Oh.
So we actually go to businesses, organizations, corporations, colleges, groups, or clubs, that kind of thing. We have
Right.
everything we need: the mats, the grappling dummies, the pads, the education materials. We take all that with us and go to their location
Really?
to make it as convenient as possible for the women.
And
We
how
want-
big a groups are we talking about here?
we limit our group size to 14, so
Okay.
we can do individualized attention.
Really
Give each
one-on-one.
woman individual attention. because it's important.
And how long would a class last?
Good question.
Classes run anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, depending on what
really?
the organization wants
So
to do.
you don't-
It's intense.
This isn't just here are 2 moves and we're going to
No,
send you on your way.
absolutely not. We do a
How
lot
many moves?
of education.
I know we have to wrap up with time. We'll eat up into some totally serious news time. This is too important, okay?
We
how
teach
much-
about 12 to 14 actual moves, probably more like 15 or 16 actually
15 or
moves.
16. Now, beside the 2 that we just showed here, what's one more that you can show us? Just one more. Because this is one of the most important things we've talked about in a
Okay,
long, long
well,
time.
we can get serious if you want to.
Seriously, go
Okay,
ahead.
awesome. You can bear hug me from the back.
Bear hug you from the
Okay,
back.
all right.
So I'm doing this here. So
right.
somebody grabs you like
Right.
this.
So typically what a woman would do is this.
Right. And I
Okay,
pretty
and
much
you're
have
gonna
you.
do
I
this.
have you.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we teach is something different.
You go down.
You're going to
Okay.
take it all the way down.
And then we might do some strikes here.
And let me guess where.
And, guess where, yeah. And then up.
Wow. I did not expect that either.
No, that's right.
And that's just it, too. You're catching people
Off guard, right.
That is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
So let's talk about how people can get in touch with you, because I love the idea that you're willing to go
Absolutely
to them
anywhere.
to
Yeah,
give this some great
absolutely
information.
They do our website, 7seconddefense.com is probably the best way to reach us. We
Okay.
are on the road a lot teaching classes,
Good.
so we're hard to get hold of. So if you contact us through our website, we will get back to you immediately.
There you go. There's the phone number and the website.
Awesome.
Perfect.
There's some scary statistics out there, so be aware. That can be one of your biggest gifts that you can do for yourself and making sure you're staying safe, but having some great moves ready to go can also help as well. Awesome. Thank you for sharing your
Thank you for
story
having me.
and
I
your
appreciate it.
techniques this
Thank you. I
morning.
appreciate
7
it.
Second
Great
Defense.
job.
Check them
Oh,
out
thank you so much.
online or
Thank
give them
you.
a call. You're watching I Will Live here on CWI with 23.